In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 MLB games happening on October 9, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 MLB games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Cleveland Guardians versus Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers managed to escape Cleveland with a hard-fought victory and now return home tied 1-1 with the Guardians in the best-of-5 American League Division Series. Riding the stellar performance of Cy Young contender Tarik Skubal, the Tigers held their ground until their offense finally broke through to secure the win. Looking ahead to Game 3 on Wednesday, Detroit is once again prepared to use their pitching chaos strategy, deploying a series of pitchers to keep the Guardians off balance. This approach has proven effective throughout the season, and the Tigers are confident it will work again as they try to seize the advantage in this pivotal matchup. This is shaping up to be the most intriguing contest of the series, as Game 3 could very well determine the outcome of the entire series. The team that wins will take command and gain a significant edge. The Guardians, however, are taking a big gamble by putting veteran pitcher Alex Cobb on the mound. While Cobb has shown flashes of brilliance in limited action this season, he has only pitched one game since mid-August, and that appearance was more than a month ago. Detroit, on the other hand, finds itself in a strong position thanks to Skubal's performance and an effective team effort. Manager A.J. Hinch will likely employ a similar strategy to the one he used in Game 2 of the Wild Card Series, where he rotated through 7 pitchers to secure a win. With a well-rested bullpen at his disposal, Hinch is prepared to use as many arms as necessary to keep the Tigers in contention. The key will be whether the offense can deliver just enough run support, which has often been a challenge this season. While Cobb has been reliable in a limited capacity for Cleveland, I haven't been convinced by his performances this year. Detroit hasn't named a starting pitcher yet, but it's entirely possible they'll opt for a bullpen game, a strategy that has worked well for them in the second half of the season. As a result, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Even though the last 3 matchups between these teams featured 2 undares and a push, the over has hit in 5 of their last 10 meetings, going 5-4-1 overall. In those 5 games where the total went over, the combined score cleared 7 runs each time. The over also performed well during the regular season when the Guardians were road favorites, going 17-13-3 in such situations. Additionally, the over was 28-22-4 in the Tigers' divisional games. Cobb isn't likely to go deep into Wednesday's game, putting pressure on a Guardians bullpen that might be feeling vulnerable after closer Emmanuel Clays' meltdown in Game 2. With Detroit feeding off the energy of their home crowd and gaining confidence from their recent win, it would be surprising if they were shut out at home. On the other side, Detroit's bullpen had to handle 4 stressful innings yesterday and struggled in Game 1, making them a bit of a question mark heading into Game 3. Cleveland, however, has been excellent at making contact, finishing with the 5th lowest strikeout rate this season and ranking 2nd in leaving the fewest runners in scoring position. While they may not blow teams away offensively, they are highly efficient at manufacturing runs, which could pose a challenge for the Tigers. Yes, Cobb has been limited in game action this season, and though he performed well in the appearances he made, it's been over a month since he last faced an opponent. It's also worth noting that he hasn't pitched in the postseason in 11 years, which could be a factor. Given these circumstances, I expect the Tigers to take advantage of Cobb's rust and score a few runs while he's on the mound. At the same time, Cleveland's patient approach at the plate should allow them to generate some offense against Detroit's unpredictable bullpen. The Guardians have not been shut out in consecutive games this season, so it's reasonable to expect they'll get on the board in this one. One of these teams has managed to score at least 5 runs in 3 of their last 4 matchups, making over the projected total our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus New York Mets. And just like that, the second-seeded Philadelphia Phillies find themselves with their backs against the wall. After a commanding performance by the New York Mets in Game 3, where they secured a decisive 7-2 victory on Tuesday. The Phillies are now on the brink of elimination. With one more win in Game 4 on Wednesday, the Mets will advance to the National League Championship Series, pushing Philadelphia out of the postseason and moving one step closer to their World Series aspirations. The Mets seem to have found their stride during this postseason run, capturing momentum at the right time. Playing Game 4 on their home field, they are in a prime position to eliminate their divisional rivals and continue their pursuit of the World Series. The Mets have been playing consistently, having minimal rest during this stretch. They were one of just two teams that played on the final Monday of the regular season, followed by a full 3-game series in the wild card round. Now, they are battling through another tough series. Meanwhile, the Phillies had a few extra days off due to their higher seed and first-round bye. However, this extended break can sometimes be more of a hindrance than a help, as hitters often lose their rhythm and return to action rusty. Mets pitcher Jose Quintana already warmed up from a dominant postseason start where he threw 6 scoreless innings in a victory against the Brewers, is showing his best form of the season. Over his last 30 days, Quintana has pitched 25 innings with an outstanding earned run average of 0.72. He has also performed well against the Phillies this year, maintaining a solid 2.81 earned run average against them, effectively neutralizing their offense. In contrast, Philadelphia will start Ranger Suarez, who has struggled over the past month, posting a high earned run average of 6.04 in his last 30 days. The Mets seem to have the momentum, along with the advantage of the hotter pitcher on the mound. This Mets squad is beginning to look like a team of destiny, continually finding timely hitting throughout the postseason. They are averaging an impressive 5.7 runs per game, which has provided more than enough run support for their pitchers. With Jose Quintana back on the mound after his dominant performance against the Brewers, the Mets are in a strong position to continue their postseason success. Quintana recently pitched 6 scoreless innings in a high-pressure elimination game, showing his ability to rise to the occasion when it matters most. Given the Mets' current momentum and Quintana's consistency, the New York Mets money line is our full-game side pick. Both teams have been part of a strong trend toward high-scoring games, and this is likely to continue in Game 4. Neither team is sending out their top aces, with Philadelphia notably missing the opportunity to start either Zach Wheeler or Aaron Nola. Instead, they must rely on Ranger Suarez, who has struggled lately. Suarez's last start was a disaster, as he gave up 6 runs in just 2 innings against the Washington Nationals. His earned run average was a concerning 6.04 in September, following a rough August where he posted a 5 earned run average. He hasn't finished the season on a high note and now faces a Mets lineup that is starting to fire on all cylinders. Pete Alonso has already hit 3 home runs in the postseason, while Mark Vientos has added 2 more, and both Francisco Lindor and Brandon Nimmo have been consistently driving in runs. The Phillies have gone over the total in 9 consecutive games, but with only 4 wins in that stretch, it's been a mix of offensive production and allowing too many runs. The Mets have also seen the total go over in 5 of their last 6 games. These trends are likely to continue, making over the projected total our full game total pick. New York Yankees versus Kansas City Royals. The New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals head to Kansas City for a crucial Game 3 of their American League Division Series on Wednesday night. With the series tied at 1 game apiece, both teams are looking to take the lead. The Yankees claimed a narrow 6-5 victory in the opener on Saturday night, while the Royals responded with a solid 4-2 win in Game 2 on Monday night. This sets up an exciting matchup as the series shifts to Kansas City, where both teams will aim to gain momentum in what has already been a competitive series. The Royals return to the friendly confines of Kauffman Stadium, where they finished the regular season with an impressive 45-36 record. Adding to their advantage, Kansas City star player Bobby Witt Jr. has been dominant at home, batting nearly .400 in the second half of the season and over .360 overall. However, Witt has struggled so far in this series, going 0-for-10 with 5 strikeouts in the first 2 games in New York. While Yankees pitcher Clark Schmidt has performed well on the road, his tendency to exit games early means the Yankees will likely need to rely heavily on their bullpen. On the Royals side, starting pitcher Seth Lugo brings key elements that could neutralize the Yankees' strengths. New York's lineup excels at drawing walks and wearing down pitchers, having drawn 12 walks in the first 2 games of this series. However, Lugo's control has been impressive, issuing just 1 walk in his 2 regular season starts against the Yankees while striking out 14 batters across 14 innings. offense. Moreover, the Yankees' offense is powered by home runs, but Lugo, a ground ball specialist, has not allowed a home run to them in either of his outings this season. The atmosphere at Kauffman Stadium will be electric as the Royals host their first playoff game in 9 years. With the crowd behind them, Kansas City enters this game with confidence, and that energy could carry them to victory. Lugo's strong performance in the wild card game against the Orioles last week, along with his solid track record against the Yankees this season, allowing only 4 runs in 2 starts, gives the Royals a reliable option on the mound. The Yankees' offense looked off balance in Game 2, and with Kansas City's bullpen performing well over the past 2 weeks, the Royals have the momentum in their favor. Clark Schmidt will start for the Yankees, but his road performances have been inconsistent, as evidenced by the Yankees' modest 5-3 record in his road starts during the regular season. The combination of Kansas City's recent success and home field advantage makes the Kansas City Royals moneyline our full-game side pick. Lugo will get the nod for the Royals on Wednesday, and his 3.22 earned run average in night games speaks to his ability to handle the pressure. Meanwhile, Schmidt has also been impressive, posting a stellar 1.39 earned run average in his 8 road starts this season and holding a career earned run average of 3.29 against the Royals. Given both pitchers' recent performances and the playoff stakes, this game has the makings of another low-scoring battle. Therefore, under the projected total is our full-game total pick. Los Angeles Dodgers versus San Diego Padres. On Wednesday, the Los Angeles Dodgers face a critical moment as they head to San Diego for the 4th game in their best-of-5 National League Division Series against the Padres. With their backs metaphorically against the wall, the Dodgers find themselves trailing 2-1 in the series after a tough 6-5 loss in Game 3 on Tuesday night. Now, they must secure a win to force a decisive Game 5 and keep their postseason hopes alive. The Dodgers started the series strong with a win in Game 1 but faltered in Games 2 and 3, leaving them on the brink of elimination. Meanwhile, the San Diego Padres have been riding a wave of momentum, having won 4 out of their 5 postseason games so far. Over the last 2 contests, the Padres have outscored the Dodgers by a combined margin of 16-7, further solidifying their confidence. The Dodgers are in a precarious position as they turn to a bullpen game for this pivotal matchup, which is far from ideal in a do-or-die situation. Los Angeles may rely on Landon Knack to pitch several innings, but his recent performance has been less than stellar, posting a 5.14 earned run average in September and giving up 4 runs in his last 4 innings pitched. On the other hand, the Padres will start Dylan Cease on short rest, which seems to be a calculated decision. Cease has performed well against the Dodgers this season, holding them to just 4 runs over 10.2 innings with an impressive 2.61 earned run average in 4 regular season outings, making the San Diego Padres moneyline our full-game side pick. Offense has been the hallmark of this series, and with the current pitching matchup, there's every reason to believe the trend will continue. The Dodgers have put up 14 runs across the series so far, and while Cease has been effective against them during the regular season, he did allow 5 runs in Game 1 of this series. On the flip side, San Diego's offense has been on fire, consistently scoring at least 5 runs in each of their last 4 games, and they've hit 8 home runs over the course of the series. When playing at home this season, the Padres have racked up 26 runs in just 6 games against the Dodgers. Given that Los Angeles is turning to a bullpen game, it's likely the Padres' offense will continue to thrive. Adding to this, the over has hit in each of the Padres' last 4 playoff games, further supporting the notion that this will be another high-scoring affair. In fact, all 3 games of this series have featured plenty of offense, with 12 runs scored in Game 1, another 12 in Game 2, and 11 in Game 3. Pitching has taken a backseat to explosive hitting, and this pattern is expected to persist in Wednesday's game. Even in Dylan Cease's last outing, where the Padres managed to edge the Dodgers, Los Angeles still put 7 runs on the board. Considering the circumstances, expect plenty of runs to be scored in this game as well, making over the projected total our full-game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.